there, Yvonne here, and really just wanted to chat to you today about and give you some demonstrations about breath work. What I've noticed in particular over, well, many years really, but I've just been piecing it together, is our breath. And I've come to the conclusion that, as we all know, we all breathe, but we don't particularly breathe very well. And that's down to quite a few different things. And one thing in particular I've noticed is when the body's going through grief, whereas, as we experience grief and go through the stages of grief, I've noticed on my clients that their breathing is definitely changed. It's very restricted. It's more like a gasp for air than, that lovely deep breath. And I feel the longer that this goes on, then the tighter our thoracic area is going to get, the muscles between our rib cage and our diaphragm gets really, really strained, and we just sort of lose the ability to breathe. So what I wanted to go through with you today is just some techniques on how to encourage the breath and release the thoracic area of the chest area around their back, but with reflexology. So just a little bit about breathing. So really, obviously we've got our lungs, we've got our diaphragm, we've got our intercostal muscles, we've got our pectoral muscles here up in our upper chest. And these are the areas that over time start to get really compressed. And if we're not taking that really, really nice deep breath, then what happens, they get more and more restricted and it feels like we can't take a deep breath. And it's not because our lungs aren't working, it's because everything around the lungs, all the cavities and all the fascia and all the muscles have got tighter and tighter and tighter because we're not exercising them, we're not stretching them, we're not letting them to relax too well. And it all starts when we're under stress. If we experience trauma or grief, stress in the body, then actually naturally our bodies change the way of our breath rate. So that's all started from your chemoreceptors, which are in the brainstem, so the back of the head, right at the top of the spine. And then these fire on and off to tell your body whether to breathe in and whether to breathe out. So these connect down into your lungs, and your lungs then, of course, they breathe in and they breathe out. So normally we take a lovely deep breath, but under stress, if our body senses stress or trauma or anything like that, then we start to have shallower breath. So it's automatic, it's out of our control, and basically our body takes shorter breaths to make sure we can get that energy in, but it's only supposed to be temporary. The other thing really that we need to know about is that a lot of the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the system that's supposed to switch on after the danger has passed, a lot of these nerve endings plug into the lungs at the lower side of the lungs, so at the bottom of your lungs. So when you're in the sympathetic, which is your fight or flight or freeze mode, then what happens is you're activated and you take the shallower breaths. So what we want to convince the body to do is take those nice longer breaths. So with the reflexology and also with some breath control, we can override the fact that the body feels that's in danger, it's under threat and it's stressed. So we want to try and encourage that auto release. And not only that, so encouraging relaxation, encouraging the body to realize that it is feeling safe, but also we want to release all the muscular tension that's being all caught up because we're not breathing correctly. And there's lots of different techniques you can do out there. The one that I'm going to show you, a breath work, is one of many, many, but it will be really nice just to share it with you. And like I say, this has all really come about because I've really noticed a difference with my clients that are experiencing grief. It's really nice to see the changes as their breath gets deeper. So might be new techniques, could be something that you're doing already in your reflexology practice, or you're experiencing grief and you feel like you want to go and see a reflexologist, and this might just stem an idea in your mind that actually, I'm not taking a deep breath. Actually, I do want to release this, and let's go about it. So when you're ready, I'm going to take you through those steps.